court process. When you are already in the court process, it's a different thing. You have to follow a different path. You have to act in a different way. Unfortunately, it's not about what you want or what you like as a person or as a parent. It's what is in the kid's best interest, and also it is what the court has decided. If in your case, the court has already decided that both parents get to share custody a certain way, you have to respect that to the maximum. Yeah, baby, I don't want you to take off right now because I'm using the internet. Just a few minutes, please. If the court system has decided, and this is why...
I'll do it.
Oh, please, I do my seatbelt. In your case, if the court has decided, if the court has issued a court order, what do you need, Papa? If the court has issued a court order about custody, my people, you have to understand one thing. Once the court has decided, you cannot decide anymore. Anything that occurs, you have to go to the court. Now, if you want to keep the kids for an extra hour or few extra hours more than what has been, than what was ordered, you have to notify the other parent and you have to tell them why you have decided to keep the kids for a bit longer. You have to let that other parent know so that they understand your decision. And plus, it's not your decision to make. When you take time from a parent, you have to also... When you take time from a parent, you have to offer time in return. Which means that you have to give that parent time in return. You just can't take time and not expect the other parent to be mad about that. You don't get to make decisions like that. No, we do not get to do that. If not, you can easily lose your kids. And I'm telling you, Korra, if you are not careful in what you're doing, you will end up losing these kids for a very, very long time. And apparently, you are very good in listening to the wrong people. You are going to lose your kids. I do not know what is motivating you to act this way. I have no idea who is advising you. I have no idea why you think that you can just do these things and get away with them. You cannot get away with them, even if you have a lawyer. Apparently, you have a lawyer, but I'm not sure you actually listen to your lawyer. But let me tell you one thing. Many lawyers out there, they will do exactly what you want as long as you pay them. Those lawyers will do exactly what you want. And those are not the good lawyers. Because a good lawyer is supposed to tell you, let you know what you're about to lose. And in case you do not listen, some lawyers who I believe are good lawyers will actually drop your file. They will not go ahead. If you do not listen to your lawyers, they will not go ahead representing you. But apparently, you are listening to the wrong people. And maybe if you have lawyers, your lawyers are not doing a good job because your lawyers are not advising you the right way. If I was your lawyer, I would have been at your door. I would have asked you to pack in a car and go and drop those kids. If I'm a lawyer and I really want my client to be successful in court, that's what I'm going to do. That is exactly what I'm going to do, Korra, because right now you are against the court order. You are against the court order. Even if you did it for the right reason, the court will not have sympathy. If you had taken the kids for 2 or 3 extra hours, that would have been different. If you have a justification for taking them for an extra day or 2, you know, if you probably say they had a birthday party, I wanted to take them to a birthday party, a friend's birthday, and I offered to give the father an extra day, the court will understand that. But if you made the unilateral decision to take the kids away and keep them and not return them, that's a very big mistake, my dear. You are making a monumental mistake. And all of those supporting you in this mistake, I don't think they want the best for you. I don't think they love you. Because sometimes you are right in court. Sometimes you are right. Sometimes you are right. But the way you go about it is the wrong way. You understand? When I was telling you that there's a time for everything, I'm not saying that I'm perfect myself. What I'm saying is that, like me, there's a time where you can come and talk about your stuff. Like me, I can talk about my stuff the way I want because I'm done. We've gone through trial. I have nothing else. I'm done. So if somebody does something to me now, I can reply. But you are not done. Your case hasn't even begun. Your case is still very fresh. You have not started the court process yet. And yet you have people who are encouraging you on the wrong path. People are encouraging you on the wrong path. And you are going to suffer from that. The way you are behaving right now, that you have authority, you have power, wait until the father has that same authority. Wait until he gets sole custody. And you have a few days with your kids. You will see how difficult it is. You will see how difficult it will start to be. Because he is really not going to treat you well. He is not going to treat you well. Once he has the power given to him by the court to have his daughter 80% of the time or even 60% of the time with sole decision making, he's going to make your life miserable. If you seriously love your daughters, I tell you right now, I don't know what time it is in LA. I am asking you, if you love your daughters and you do not want to lose your daughters, get yourself in the car. Take your daughters with you. Go and give them to the father. And tell him that you had some issues or whatever you want to tell him. Tell him whatever you want to tell him. And say you brought the girls. If he wants to take one extra day for the day that you took away from him, let him have them for one extra day. But if I was you, I would take those kids now to their father. This thing that you have done is going to hurt you immensely. There is nothing preventing the father from having a female in his house. Nothing. There is no law that says he cannot have a woman in his life. Whether you want it or not, there is no law. And mind you, what you did, let me tell you where your punishment is going to come from. You took those kids not to sit at home and take care of them. You left them with someone else and you were cruising around town. If you took your daughters to take care of them yourself, that would have been one issue. But you took your kids and you left them at home with someone else while you were patrolling around town. My dear, it's going to be bad for you. It is going to be bad for you. You're not going to like the result. You're not going to like it. Sometimes those who are made guilty in court are not those who are always wrong. Sometimes those are the people who made mistakes. You are making a very big mistake. You are on the wrong path today and tomorrow. You are on the wrong path. You're going to lose your kids. If you do not stop, you're going to lose them. And once you lose them, it will be over. To get those kids again, to get them again, it will be extremely difficult to get them again. Extremely difficult to get them again. You might never get them again until they grow up and start voting with their feet. You know what voting with their feet means? It means until they are at the age where they start coming to your home. And no one can stop them from doing that. You can put yourself in that position. You are showing a level of irresponsibility that should not occur in this day and age for a woman like you. For a woman like you. You should not. They are not acting in your best interest. The women telling you to do A or B are not acting in your best interest. Those women giving you advice have lost their own kids to the system. You cannot be taking advice from someone who doesn't have her own kids. You can't. You can't be listening to advice from a person who lost her kids for 10 years. You cannot do that. You may not be happy with the father. You may hate him as much as you want. But take your case to court and present it there. Once it's over in court, you can come and do your thing with him on social media if you want. But don't get the kids involved. Don't get the kids involved. You have your friend at your house. Your friend, I'm sure your kids have seen your friend naked. Have your friend have the kids not seen your friends half naked? Your friend Elma, did she not sleep with you in the same bed with your daughters? Did your kids not see her naked? Half naked? What's the difference between Elma and Justin's girlfriend? Tell me, what's the difference, woman? Get yourself a man. Why are you so into that guy's life so much? Like, why are you doing this? Why don't you put your kids' best interests first? Maybe you do not like the fact that he had the female. Yes, I understand. It could happen. But it's not your decision to make anymore. Once things have gone to court, if you do not like the way things are, you go through the court system, you change them. You have money, you have lawyers, get lawyers. If you want full custody, go to the court and ask for full custody. But it's not going to happen this way. You're not going to make it this way. You're not going to make it. If I was you, I would take those kids today to their father. I would not sleep with those kids. I would not sleep with those kids. If I am you, I would take those kids to their father. Listen to me carefully, woman. You will be the laughter of social media. If you lose your kids, you will be the joke. You will be social media joke. I am telling you that if you do not take those kids back and you lose them, the same people clapping for you today will be the same people laughing at you tomorrow. You understand? When a relationship is over, move on. Move on. You cannot punish him over another female being at his house. You sleep on the bed with the woman. You sleep on the same bed with the woman. Your house only has one room. You sleep on the same bed with your own friends. On the same bed. They go and shower. They come out half naked. Your daughter sees them. How many females have you had at your house since you moved out? How many females? You think that's different from him having a female in his house? Those are baby girls. The lady is a female, and Justin doesn't owe you a thing. He's entitled to live his life the way he wants. He doesn't owe you a thing. He doesn't owe you a thing. He can be with different women every day. That will not change his parenting right. That will not affect. If you didn't lose your kids, if Justin didn't take the kids from you, after a cow almost knocked them down, and after your daughter put a carrot, and after you fed your daughter spicy food, you have no right to take away his parenting time. You have no right. You have to give those kids back tonight. If you sleep with those kids tonight, that's over for your case. It is over. Unless you have something on Justin that we don't know, that you're going to use against him. But if you sleep with those kids tonight, you will lose that custody for sure. At least you will lose shared parenting. You may have a few days of visitation. You may have a few days of visitation. I am telling you, this is your last chance. This is your last chance. Take those kids back to their father. Let the court decide. If you feel that he did something wrong by having a female over at his house who was half naked, take that to your lawyer. Let your lawyer prepare for court. Do not be the judge and executor in this case. You might end up losing all of your rights. You might end up losing your rights, and your followers on social media will turn against you and insult you. You have to let him be. No, it's not Africa. It is not Africa. The system is very strict with certain conduct. The system is very strict when it comes to a certain conduct. The system is very strict. Even if you tell the judge that you feared for your kid's safety, they will not see it that way, because there are steps to take. If you fear for your daughter's safety, there are steps to take. Your lawyer could have been in court yesterday in the morning to get an ex parte order for you to keep the kids longer. But you cannot just make that decision. You cannot just take that decision. I have told you many times here, being the kid's mother doesn't give you unfettered rights on the child. Being the kid's mother doesn't make you the kid's God. It gives you the same amount of right as the father. And then the court can decide who gets more based on the conduct. And so far, your conduct is not good. Your conduct is not good. Those women do not love you. They are on social media for their own benefits. They don't love you. They don't love you. They will not be with you at the end of the day. You can go. Those women do not love you. They are enjoying the spotlight and the fame that they're getting from this matter. They will leave the boat before it sinks. You're going to sink alone. You're going to lose your daughters. You will lose your daughters. You will lose your daughters. Because you cannot compare what he did to some of the stuff that you've done. You cannot compare it. If you want, listen. But I'm telling you, before the sun sets today, before the sun sets, take those kids back, Korra. Take those kids